NinerFan85 says, how do you think the Niners offense will do against the Falcons D, especially now that the Falcons traded away Deion Jones? Let's talk about it. How do you see this game? How do you see this matchup between the Niners and the Falcons?
So looking at the Falcons are 29th in passing. They have a horrible passing game. 49ers are 23rd, so a little better. Falcons are 3rd in rushing. 49ers are 7th. So the Falcons so far actually have a better rushing game than the 49ers. They average 5.1 yards per carry. 49ers are 4.6. But again,
because Mariota's involved, right? It's like 11-on-11 football, and yeah.
I think the thing that works in our favor with that, though, is Cordarrelle Patterson is on IR now, so I think those numbers are going to go down, I would imagine, because that guy, he's like Debo over there, and but more of a running back than Debo probably, and so that's definitely going to affect it. The thing about the Falcons game is their defense is 29th in the passing, and just kind of middle of the pack as far as stopping the run. So I think the 49ers have a great opportunity to actually blow the Falcons out, similar to the way they did the Panthers. And it's a good opportunity for Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan to build up the passing game because they're horrible against the pass.
Yeah, I just don't think that the Falcons have enough on offense to really challenge the Niners. I mean, they got Marcus Mariota, who's thrown 4 picks and 4 touchdowns and gotten sacked 12 times. Like, we already know what he's going to do in this game. He's going to get hit a bunch and throw a pick or two and not be that good. His receivers are Drake London, who's a rookie, who's okay. And then Kyle Pitts, who's really doing awful. And, that's it. So, I mean, it could be even worse than what the Panthers did. They could score 6 points easily. Yeah. I mean, what did they just score? 15? They scored 15 this week.
Yeah, against the Bucs, which is a good team. I mean, but they scored all 15 points in the fourth quarter. I think it was kind of garbage time points. It made it a little competitive at the end there. But yeah, I expect the 49ers to smash on the Falcons, to be honest. And I expect Jimmy to have a good day and hopefully no turnovers so he can get that 3 games in a row that he's been longing for his whole career without a turnover.
Yeah, again, no turnovers because the Niners don't need him to do anything in this game to win it. The Falcons will lose it quickly. The Niners defense is going to probably score a touchdown in this game. Just, Jimmy, don't insert yourself where you're not necessary.
I mean, if Jimmy can continue at the trajectory he's on right now, 49ers can go. If he can play like that in the postseason, the 49ers can go all the way. That's just my hesitation. My 2 questions right now are, can the 49ers stay healthy in key areas? And can Jimmy play the way he's played this last game? Can he play like that in the postseason? And if he can, they could go far.
Defenses are going to continue to take away the middle of the field when they think he's passing. So he's going to have to continue to throw those passes down the field like he did in this game. Going to have to keep doing it. And I like that he did it. See how he does? He
Or even outside like they did against the Rams. There might be the better teams, Kyle's going to have to scheme up like he did against the Rams, the little bubble screens and the throws behind the line of scrimmage to the receivers.
Use check in the flat. Oh, he's got nobody in front of him.
There you go.
Jason Lutz says, embrace what works, promote Ryan's, trade Kyle Shanahan, hire a top OC. This is a defense-driven team. Go all in, let a new OC build a career with Trey Lance and the Yak Bros. Here's what complicates that. The fact that they go from Robert Saleh to DeMeco Ryans and nothing changes on defense. Is it possible that, a lot of coordinators would be good with the personnel they have on defense? Is that possible?
I think it is.
Nothing to take away from DeMeco, but are we really sure you want to get rid of Kyle and replace him with a defensive coordinator who, I don't know. I mean, how good is the Jets defense?
Yeah, I like Saleh and I like DeMeco Ryans. I like both of them. They're awesome.
I like them.
I think I've talked about in the past, if I'm a GM, I want an offensive coach. That way,
think so.
If your coordinator gets hired out, you don't have to have a whole entire new offense. It's much easier to transition on defense. Defense is a lot simpler than an offense. Trying to learn a whole new offense for everyone on the offensive side of the ball is definitely difficult and complex. Their defense is not too much difference.
Hold on, let me take it back. I want to apologize to Robert Saleh real quick because I don't follow his team. His team right now is ranked 10th on defense and 12th on offense in yards. The Jets? I had no idea. They're 3-2. I knew that, but they're actually highly ranked on offense and defense. Maybe Maybe they should get D'Amico. Maybe D'Amico should be the head coach of this team. I don't know. Something to think about, man. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess as Robert Saleh does well, that kind of makes you look at this guy being like,
I know players would love D'Amico. Like they already do. I know all of them would.
It's a good point.
He's
a leader. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He's a leader.
Yep.
And you can't say he's a leader, but he doesn't have an expertise like Mike Singletary. No, he's the best coordinator. I mean, I don't know if he's the best coordinator in the league, but his defense is the best defense, so he must be one hell of a damn coordinator.
Yeah. All that being said, I'm still not ready to fire Kyle Shanahan.
No.
He's
listening to our suggestions now. Why would you want him to? That's all we needed. Now he's my favorite coach in the league.
Yeah, we got him in our pocket. We don't have to want to rebuild that whole relationship.
Exactly. Sean Payton would not listen to me at all. I can tell you. He has a ring. He can say, huh?
I got a question for you.
Yep.
Packers, Bucks, Jets, Dolphins, Chargers, Titans, and the Ravens and the 49ers are all 3-2. Who's the best team out of those guys?
I don't know. You just said them really fast. Can you say it again?
Yep. 49ers, Packers, Bucks, Jets, Dolphins, Chargers, Titans, and the Ravens. Who's the best
team? I was watching the Ravens last night. They didn't look so great, but they won. Probably the Ravens or the Niners. The Ravens and the Niners. The thing about the Ravens is they have a much better quarterback than the Niners. A much better quarterback than the Niners. That's the thing.
I'm going to say Ravens, Bucks, or Niners.
Bucks. Ravens, Bucks, Niners, yeah. I don't know what to think about the Chargers. The Chargers have a great quarterback, but they're ridiculous. They suck. They always suck. I don't know why. They can't get the coach right. They can't figure it out. They'll have talent, but they'll never do anything with it, is how I feel about the Chargers.
They had a tough time against the Browns yesterday. So
yeah.
That wasn't a good sign.
Any cornerback we might be able to trade for, Victory Jones. What are you trading?
I don't think
second-round pick next year?
I don't think – with Womack and Verrett, I'm hoping Verrett can come back, and then we got Womack and Lenore. I think we're good, man. It's not like Emmanuel Mosley, but I don't think – especially if Verrett comes back healthy, we're straight.
Yeah. I'd like to see Womack get a chance. I'm a little concerned about Ambry. Jonathan says Jimmy is Frodo Baggins and Kyle Gandalf. Debo, Aragorn. B.A. is Legolas. Jeff, Gimli. Kittle, Sam from Lord of the Rings. I haven't watched that one in 20 years, so I'll take your word for it. It's been a while. I remember reading those books in middle school, and there was just like a lot of hiking. Hiking for 1,000 pages. Just kept hiking. Irfin says, should Givens get more playing time over Kinlaw when Kinlaw is healthy? I mean, I think they should all rotate. Givens is good. Ridgeway is good. I don't think you want – I mean, clearly you shouldn't be playing Kinlaw that much, right? He's got an issue with his knee that keeps popping up. So the less, the better. Rotate him. He might be more of an impact player with less of a workload. Same with Armstead, who's having injury issues now too. So why not rotate him? Yeah.
The D-line and the running backs is similar. You need to rotate them, keep them fresh. And they've been doing that with the D-line. They definitely need to do it with the running back. I mean, is it a coincidence that Jeff Wilson Jr. had the best game of his season when they started rotating Coleman and giving him breaks? I don't know.
Yeah, and he had that big run in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, boom, yeah, because he's fresh. He's fresh enough to do that, whereas you didn't wear him down in the second and third quarter.
They should do the same with the D-line. Yeah.
Yeah, I highly agree. Lucas says, what does Jimmy need to do to replace Trey next year? Win Super Bowl. Or just have like an incredible run in the playoffs where he's,
not the reason they lose.
Not the reason they lose. And he's he's leading them, carrying them. That would have to be it.
Yeah. And I don't know if he'd replace, but he could definitely compete in the offseason. I think the best case scenario, they're going to give Trey and Jimmy a chance to compete next year. That would be the best case scenario for Jimmy, in my opinion. But I don't know if Jimmy plays that well. That means he's going to have to sign a big contract with 49ers. And are they going to do that? When they have Bosa and they have Ayuk and they have all these other people that need contracts? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.